Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so seeing how this thing is going right now, and seeing how we're looking to see the three kings walk the land, is that going to cause? Is that got anything to do with the grid falling?
It's all interlinked.
It's all interlinked.
Think unified field theory. When the old system fall, the whole system fall.
Okay.
When the old system fall, the whole system fall. You got to get rid of the whole old system because it didn't do anything but cause problems. If it was anything good from it, we probably gonna keep the good shit. But all of the shit that was foul, we got to get rid of that.
So that's going to have something to do with the vibrational frequency of the planet changing, right?
Look at it like this. If it's at no time have our people been on the same page at the same time on one topic.
Dig that.
Since these invaders came. When Martin was marching, you had the other half of him was with Malcolm.
Divided.
When Garvey came, the other half was with Du Bois. You see?
Or Noble Drew Ali, right?
Noble Drew Ali was just a little bit before them.
Right. Okay. So so if that's going to happen, and the vibrational frequency of the planet rises, and the people are rising with that frequency, that means that that's going to be null and void for their weaponry and technology, right?
Not necessarily. Some people believe that, and they come up with some science, but the fifth dimensional ascension is not physical at all. Our reality is still going to be, we still right now functioning in a 3D fixed position reality.
Right.
Now, when we get to 4 and 5D, we start getting into mutable realities. Right now, when we move our energy frequency, because we've been in 3 and 4D simultaneously all this time because they was collapsed on each other. Okay, now, the only way out is to go to the 5th dimension, which is above the 4th, because the 4th is attached to the 3rd.
Dig.
Attaching the 4th to the 3rd gives you some stuff called dreams. And that requires you to have some stuff called sleep. Gods don't really sleep.
I know I don't.
They just rest. Right? And during the rest period, whatever the god is that's on deck, they just watch. So now you got where your origin of your watchers. The gods who not getting involved because they're not up yet to resolve the problem. Well, somebody had a good idea. Don't just wake one of these motherfuckers. Wake all of them up.
That's what I'm saying.
Wake all of them up. Call them all into action. They're going to know how to get in some kind of structure. Just wake them all up. Well, only one motherfucker was known to be able to do that. And they call him the master with the master grip. So the master with the master grip is the one who come to help Solomon build the temple. And the one that came to help Solomon build the temple is the one they call Hiram, the master builder. And the high ram is the ram that's on the top of the mountain. But the mountain is a pyramid because it's a man-made mountain. That means that it's a human construct. And the God mind can unravel any construct that the human mind can devise because the God mind created the human mind. So when we tune back into our God mind, by default, what we end up doing is allowing the God mind to fix the problem. But the ego always get in the way. Ego and hedonism is the two biggest problems and obstacles to our liberation to this point. Because they either sell out for some money or they sell out for a piece of ass. Go through history and you're going to see it everywhere you look.
I've seen it.
They're going to either sell out for some trinkets or they're going to sell out for some sex. You know?
So this the other thing I wanted to ask. I didn't cut your wisdom, did I?
No, you good.
This the other thing I want to ask. Now, some of us out here are having gotten connected with a tribe or a group or whatever. So for those type of people, what do you think is going to happen for them who hadn't actually connected with anybody? Because it's going to be fucking chaos out here. And like those type of people ain't got no support group or whatever.
Listen.
Are they going to be able to connect with somebody?
Your enemy know your tribe. Your enemy know your bloodline. Knew when you was going to be born before you knew you was going to be born. They know who you was before they murdered you the last time to keep you from being able to overthrow their ass. All they have to do, knowing your birthday when they took you out, your death date, knowing your mama and daddy birthday when they took you out, they gonna know what your parents' zodiac sign is supposed to be, the geographical spot on the earth that energy returns, and then from that, they gonna know who your parents is, they gonna know who you are. But you ain't gonna know, because they gonna blind your ass at birth with that motherfucking bright ass light so they can erase your memory from psychic trauma. You ain't supposed to give birth to no baby in no motherfucking spotlights. What the fuck kind of shit wrong with these people?
Right, right.
Baby's supposed to be born in ambient lit rooms and preferably in water. So if we don't understand what they did to us, we don't know how to fix the problem. I'm just one of them motherfuckers just audacious and stupid enough. Right? I'm just audacious and stupid enough to try to see whatever problem they created, how to fix it. Right? So the only way to fix this problem, I needed to figure out how to activate my God mind. Right? And that's the process, and I'll do a whole video on that another time. But once I figured it out, I was able to start triggering other people to awaken their God mind. Just using knowing what it took to wake me up, now I know what to say to people to help them wake up. Not because I'm smarter than them or better than them. I just figured the problem out because I didn't have nothing else to work on for 16 years sitting in the penitentiary. Why not work on the problem? Why not turn my cell into the war room, the monastery and the library, the research center to write my own curriculum of liberation and freedom for our people? Right? Fasting, I've been doing that for years. Fasting was one of the keys because you have to use fasting in order to tame your base desires, because all of your emotional driven desires is controlled from your gut brain. You know? Yeah, so yep, that's what we see.
So what about those people though who are not connected with anybody?
Don't even worry about it. You connected. Everybody connected to their tribe. You just don't know you is. Big Mama gonna make you have an urge to go somewhere one day.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So that's connected to my next question. I don't mean to cut you. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So once she start calling us all to tribe up, you're gonna automatically know where to go because you're gonna know where your tribe at, because you're gonna have an overwhelming drive to go there. You're not gonna be able to control it or stop it.
Dig that, okay. So that's connected to the next question I was gonna ask. There supposedly are safe zones to hit and go to.
Ain't nowhere safe. The only place safe is in the arms of Big Mama.
Yeah.
So as long as you in tune with Big Mama, she gonna walk a blindfolded man around all the obstacles in his path.
So that's so the message of getting yourself correct as far as the physical body is concerned is a big message.
Yep.
I mean, aligning yourself mentally and spiritually with source, with your ancestors, your higher self, eating minerals and stop eating garbage and bullshit and continue.
Look, your food, it more depends on keeping your filters clean than what you eat. Even good food has a negative effect on the body whose filters is plugged up.
Okay, I got you. And tell people what the filters are.
The liver, the kidneys, the lymphatic system.
Endocrine system.
The intestines.
Yeah,
right?
That's where the brain is.
Yep. So, no, that's where your filter's at.
No, I said the sacral is down there is where the other brain.
Yeah, that's your gut brain. It's right around your navel. When you feel that dropping pit in the bottom of your stomach when some fucked up shit happened.
Yeah, right.
That's exactly the chakra.
Right.
Right. So as long as they keep you focused on that chakra, they can keep you from raising your consciousness to your heart chakra.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of obesity is tied to that same chakra. People that eat for comfort food, it's the same chakra.
Yeah. And then fuck around.
And the only way to control that particular chakra is through the art of fasting.
Yeah.
And there's so many different types of fasts that help you make it easiest for you. Right? So you simplify it so that the people can get something that's achievable. Some people can't go 2-3 days without no food. They're fucking, not only will they kill themselves, they kill everybody around them.
Shit,
because they're going to have those rogue thoughts.
Well, that's what some of those experiences that I know I went through dealing with all these different organizations and I've been through 2 or 3 religious things, sects or whatever. So I was taught the art of fasting and in its most rawest form was 30 nothing from sun up to sundown.
You talking about like the Ramadan fast?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then the ones in between when you go Mondays and Fridays or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trained on that and I still do it, even though I don't fuck with that, that bullshit.
Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of our secrets in Islam, but the problem is we get caught up in that bullshit doctrine. Right, so you got motherfuckers living in New York right now, walking around like they're in the Middle East in the wintertime. That's just the most ridiculous and absurd shit I could ever fucking see.
Look, Rod, you on some serious business. You talking some serious business, or you at work? You got to stop and go make that motherfucking salat. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
you fuck around, be in the middle of humping. Oh, baby, I got to go make salat. Hold up.
Yeah, you can't eat. You like what? Well, we got to between the 1 o'clock salat and the 4 o'clock salat.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look, they can do salat to their Allah right. That don't got nothing to do with me.
Ain't got shit to do with
the Middle East. I don't have no problem with them coming over here and performing their religious rites.
Right.
Don't try to force it on the people of the land because that's not our shit and don't got nothing to do with us. Because when you start forcing it on the people of the land, now I got to go investigate it and see what it's talking about to let them know if it's true or false. And if it's bullshit, I'm going to call the bullshit where I see the bullshit. But if it's some real shit, I'm going to call the shit where I see the real shit. That's going to cause a conflict. Because they don't think you supposed to question their religion or say nothing about their books.
You're not.
I'll wipe my ass with your book.
Right, them motherfuckers were terrible with that shit. You couldn't ask no question.
Look, I stack of Quran, Bibles, and Torahs all stacked together.
Cool.
Have a whole piss party on them motherfuckers. Fuck that bullshit. But the whole reason why I'm going so hard on them is not because I can't find no good in them. Because it don't got nothing to do with us, and it got us divided amongst each other as if that shit more accurate and true than what God wrote in your heart.
And then they just straight up lying.
That part too.
They just straight up lying and got our people even more fucking divided.
Right. So now watch. The new converts will defend that shit to the bitter fucking end. You know why? The worst thing a motherfucker can do, besides hear the truth, is admit that somebody lied to them and they believed them.
That's cold.
Don't nobody want to be the one that say, I knew how I didn't know how David Copperfield did that shit, but I knew it was an illusion. Don't nobody want to own up to their shit like that. They want to always be talking to, they don't never know how he did it, but they're like, that was just a gimmick. It was a trick. How you do it? Now they mad at you. You ain't supposed to ask that question. Because they never asked that question. So you ain't supposed to ask that question. Well, my brain worked funny. I asked funny questions in order for answers to stick.
And that's what happened to me. I was a problem. I asked too many motherfucking questions.
Yeah,
every time you look around, I'm having a secret doors with the check and everybody else trying to ask, hey, what about this? Hey, what's going on with this right here?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all motherfuckers just as good as professional liars as they crackheads.
Look, how many times have somebody accused you of being you one of them smart ass niggas? You one of them niggas too smart for his own good.
There you go, right there.
Don't want you asking no questions.
Nah, Mom brought me up to be a free thinker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. They want you to go along to get along, and if you say something about them going along to get along, now they want to kill you. That's some bitch shit if I ever seen it.
There you go. There you go. But we ain't rolling like that.
For sure. Yeah. All right, man. It was good having you in here. I'm going to go to the next caller I got in here. We're going to take a couple more before I cut out.
All right, appreciate you.
For sure. We're going to go Black Goo 432. What it do? What it do? Come on up in here and talk to your big brother. Tell me how you're feeling today. What it do? What it do? That's my motherfucking Black Samurai right there.
Unity, God, unity, unity, unity.
For sure, for sure. How you doing?
Man, I came back from a trip today, boy. I did a 5 mushroom trip last night, boy. I was ether bending in this motherfucker, boy.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, that's what we do.
You know what I'm saying? I was sitting up here listening to what you were saying about the prophets. I was like, I ain't gotta read a book to know that I am my ancestor and I'm my own prophet. I look at it this way. When you say the word prophet and then you look at how religion is politics nowadays, right? Mm-hmm. You see that the concept of prophet comes from, more than enough, which is basically like when you have profit in your register, that's your money that you can use. You feel me? So if you are your own prophet, that means one, you don't need this stupid currency, the system, right? Two, when you know your worth and you know your when you know your purpose, you don't need no book to tell you what to do.
Hey, look, I had a guy tell me that if I didn't get it out of book, it ain't valid.
He's numbified.
Yeah, he was Novocaine brain, but look, it's what I told him. I said the book that I read is called Nature. In the hand of God wrote Nature, and you can't get it put in the binder and sell it at a Barnes and Noble or Border.
I do my mudras, right? And people always ask me, they be like, yo, bro, where you learn that? Where you learn that? I be like, nigga, this is soul. What you mean where I learn it from? That shit get to my head sometimes.
Next time you ask him, tell him I learned it about 7 lifetimes ago, and I was a samurai, and we were doing the mudras. And they looking at you really like you from outer space then.
Right?
How did you learn that in my past life? You shouldn't be doing it now. How do you think motherfuckers come out being what they call musical genius? They've been a musician 4 lifetimes. If they ain't mastered that shit by now, they ain't gonna never master it.
Ain't gonna never master it.
And some of them were whole angelic beings playing an entertainer in order to get a message out to the public.
You speak on that. Speak on that.
Straight out of Neverland.
Hey, I be telling people, bro, because people don't understand the whole situation with the entertainment business and how a lot of people done flipped it on the devil's head. You feel me? A lot of people don't understand that because when they see the face value, when they see the face value frequency that comes from there, they be like, oh, they demonic. Oh, they this. Oh, they that. They are playing a whole facade in front of you. And if your third eye ain't open enough, and if your soul ain't pure enough to understand that, you won't see past the bullshit. Because when you see past the bullshit, be like, damn, they really flipped that shit on the devil's head. They really flipped that shit on the devil's head. Mike and all them, Kanye and all them, they done flipped it, and they don't even know. A lot of people who ain't tuned in aren't registered to the flip. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Look, it worked like this. They had their system, and it was running. We couldn't control the algorithm, so to speak, in the 50s and 60s because they blocked us off of the net. Now that we back on the net because of Motown, Sam Cooke, James Brown, Otis Redding, Little Richard, Chuck Berry. They all went in undercover, chiefs on the land, working together, put this music thing down so we can see what these motherfuckers gonna do. What they do. They murdered Sam Cooke, right? They stole all James Brown publishing. Only one they couldn't get through was Ray Charles, but they got him strung out on heroin.
And with the Temptations, I feel like David Ruffin was always an agent, and they didn't want to give up that talent. I felt like they were trying to synthesize David Ruffin. You feel me? What I'm saying?
David Ruffin was just too arrogant. He was overly confident in his singing abilities. And the Temptations was supposed to be a group that worked together as a team, right? And they was put together to form a team for a reason, because if you don't know how a team work, you can't do teamwork. So you got to see teams fall apart, find out why, not let that come up. It's part of the reason why your shit fall apart. Right? The Temptations was under fire too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Definitely.
Most people don't know, but Cloud9, Psychedelic Shack, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, all those music that had some heavy symbolism in there.
See, like my dad, he spent some time in Motown. He wasn't big, but like he was one of their side artists. You feel me?
What years?
Excuse me?
In what years?
Oh man, I think. I don't want to say the 60s. It was between the 50s and the 60s. You gotta remember, my dad's old. My dad died in 2002. He was born 1932. You feel me?
Okay, so yeah, that's why I was asking, because I was trying to see what Motown era did he come up with. Because if you remember, in Motown, Berry Gordy stopped doing records and went to do movies in California. That was and that was when he seen the success of Mahogany and Lady Sings the Blues, right? So he go out there to get into movies, and most of Motown is owned by him, Stevie Wonder, and Smokey Robinson. Okay. Right. So they own most of Motown, but they sold a portion of Motown to a major distributor on a distribution deal.
Wasn't it Universal?
I can't remember who it was right now. Might have been. But anyway, it was to cut their expenses and maximize their profits. But what ended up happening, they came to Berry, because they want to buy the rest of Motown. Berry's not really hands-on with the music no more. Smokey there, he just put out Being With You album. And Stevie, he's pretty much done. He's on some other label now, right? So what they ended up doing was Berry bought their shares and then sold Motown at a cut rate price. But what they didn't know, that if he didn't do that, and then he'd have left Smokey and Stevie Wonder with their shares, the way that they were going to get them was they were going to murder them. So
yeah, like basically how they doing the rappers right now.
Right. So